All right, boys. Barca lost. That is, first of all, the league. Real Madrid won the league, and now it's going to be tight for second place. We are going to be a point down, and it's up to Girona if they want to drop points, which is entirely possible. They haven't been perfect all season. They've dropped points in weird matches, so it's entirely possible they do drop points, and we don't. But we'll see what happens. Whatever. They've won their last 3. We've won 1 in our last 3. First of all, I think we started okay. It's a chaotic match, as every match against Girona has been this entire season. Even when Madrid beat them 3-0 in the big first half of the season, Girona created so many chances it easily should have been 3-3. But it's going to be chaotic, and Messi against them, that's just how they play. It's very energetic, very exciting, and I think we did okay. Good goal from Christensen. Not a great defensive effort immediately after that when Dovbyk scored a very easy header. You could ask maybe Kubar should be a little bit tighter to Dovbyk there. You could also ask a little bit more from, I think Araujo got beat pretty easily. Got faked, and he was very much so aggressive in trying to recover and was just sent the wrong way by the attacker. And then Lamine Yamal did a good job to create that penalty chance. There was definitely contact. I do think it's a penalty. But for a lot of that first half, it was just Lamine Yamal. And he did pretty solidly, created that pen. Lewandowski did a good job scoring it. But I think this ref was a little bit wild, showing we got 3 yellow cards in the first half. 1 for Sergio Roberto for dissent, for running up to the ref. Okay, I guess. But he is the captain. It's not like I don't know. And then he kept it to him after he changed his call. Araujo got it pretty easily on Dovbyk. He definitely pulls him down, but it was in the 38th minute. Girona fouled them. They had 11 fouls. We had 8, and yet their entire team didn't receive a yellow card. Look, it's a little bit pedantic. It doesn't necessarily matter, but it would have changed the way they played if they got yellow cards. They didn't, so they could be just as aggressive as they wanted to that entire match. I think Yangel Herrera probably deserved a yellow card for the sheer amount of fouls he committed. Maybe Savio as well, but maybe not him. Definitely Herrera. The fact that they didn't show up with any yellow cards and continue to batter our players the entire time, not terrible, but whatever. It's upsetting to me to see that. See us get 3 pretty soft yellow cards, on Koundé. I also don't think that was a foul, let alone a cardable offense on Koundé when he slid into Savio. So because he definitely got ball, whatever. And Savio gets up afterward. So I don't know. I really don't think that's fair. But the second half came and we couldn't create anything. I think we were just not that good. At least after like the 60th minute when Girona really started picking up and scoring goals. Look, their first goal, I guess that was their second goal at that point, or third goal, whatever. One of them was on a deflection, which, was tough. One of them was a very easy cutback, and then the other one was from a wild angle, a very impressive shot that maybe you could ask some questions from Ter Stegen on. But I don't know. We could not play, and you'd think bringing on Pedri could change that. No, I think Christensen was pretty solid, and then Sergio Roberto, again, was okay in the beginning of the game and then kind of ghosted at the end. We can't ask that much of him. Fermin Lopez, again, good in the first half. We didn't see much of him in the second. Lewandowski, again, useless in the second half, realistically. And then you bring on Ferran Torres, and he's more of the same thing, honestly. We'll do some player reviews right now. Ter Stegen, I'm going to give him a solid 6. I think he did make 1 or 2 good saves. I do vividly remember one good save with a hand. That would have been a goal. Good save. That save from that angle, I think on their 4th goal, that's really questionable. And then there was a header that was right over him. You can ask some questions on him from there. So 6, I think, is reasonable considering he conceded 4 goals today. And then the back line, I'm not impressed with any of them. Araujo seemed to be taken out of position pretty easily. Again, was trying to track back. You see him do a lot of those desperate tackles, like he got faked on to cause that first goal, to get chipped over pretty easily to cross the ball to Dovbyk. He does a lot of those recovery runs because his positioning isn't great. His, I guess, reading of the game is never that great. So he recovers being athletic, and that's what leads to these red cards that we've been seeing so much. Not a great game from him. 5.5, 5 maybe. Kubarsi, I agree, not his best game. Played a couple good balls in the first half, but outside of that, I don't think he was great. Defensively, Obviously, Dovbyk is not an easy striker to defend against, but we can still criticize Kubarsi, even though he's 17 for when he's not great. I'm being realistic here. I don't think he's a bad player, but there are some times he doesn't play great. I don't think he was great today. He could have been tighter to Dovbyk on that first goal, and there were a few other times where he did look to struggle. And more importantly than that, though, I think the communication between them or maybe the midfield wasn't there. There were so many clear cutback chances for Girona today. It's ridiculous. And it's like, it's giving me PTSD to the USA versus Netherlands in the World Cup last year. Just cut back central, man. That's all they needed to do. It was so easy, and they found that space every time, it seemed like. Every time. Araujo just needed to be as close to Ter Stegen as possible, I guess, and so was Kubarsi, leaving that cutback wide open. I don't know. It's too simple, too easy for them to create that. They need to start reading it. And then I think after Christensen went off, Gundo just could not get back fast enough. And Pedri was not occupying those positions either. So it just started showing up more and more. I think Koundé was okay today, but not great. A 6 for him. Just not impressed with him either. Cancelo, he just creatively wasn't there as much as you kind of expect. He got past Eric Garcia a couple times pretty well, but not fantastic. Not fantastic at all. In any way. From what we expect from him, I think he was fine defensively. He wasn't great. 6.5, 7, just because he did get past his man, but it just didn't come together in a way we really needed it to. Now moving to the midfield, Sergio Roberto, I thought he was good in the first half. I think he was okay. He got a yellow card, which was stupid. I don't think it was the best call, but man, I don't know. It's Sergio Roberto. You can't expect a ton from him. I thought he was fine, but then we needed more. Andreas Christensen, I thought he was good as well. I think he linked up really well. He also pushed up the pitch a lot. I thought Christensen was probably our man of the match. You could argue Lamine Yamal, but I'm going to go with Christensen just because he scored that great first goal and he moved up the pitch a lot and he defended really well. I think he was our man of the match. I think Gundo was okay. I think you could also ask him to track back more. He's playing so far up the field and he's old. It's hard, but the fact is he wasn't occupying some of those positions and it sucks. Lamine Yamal was also up there with Christensen. Both him and I'd give both of them 8.5s probably. Lamine Yamal wasn't great. He was being like triple teamed every single time he got on the ball, but he still created somehow. And he did a pretty solid job. I don't think you can really ask for much more from him. I do want to see him not go down as easily. I'm glad he drew that penalty, but I think the reason that the ref was so sus and didn't call it right away is just because he goes down so easily all the time. They suspect that, they expect that, and so they don't give him the calls necessarily all the time. He gets bodied all of the time. Rightfully so, should earn a foul and doesn't, because I think a lot of refs are expecting him to go down when there isn't contact. I didn't give Gundo a grade 7, fine today. I don't think he was electric. I think he linked up okay. I think we played out of the press okay in the beginning. In the first half, Fermin Lopez, I thought it was good in the first half too. I think he linked up pretty well, had a lot of intensity. I think he brought some of that into the second half, but couldn't keep it going throughout. And Lewandowski, good penalty, decent link-up play in the first half. He was shading more on that left side, which was interesting. He was playing more of that like inverted left winger role, while Fermin, Gundogan, and Lamine played much further up, it was interesting to see, but I don't know, it didn't work out that well. We couldn't create it all in the second half. I think a lot of it was due to them really congesting the central areas. Aleix Garcia, Yangel Herrera, and somebody else was really just in the way at all times there. Ivan Martin as well. We just couldn't create. I don't think the subs did anything either. I think Xavi probably waited a little too long to make the subs. Pedri, I don't think he was great today. He lost the ball a few too many times in ways I don't suspect from him. He was getting he had no options. He had no options so much, so I get it, but nothing. Just no options. Couldn't do anything, and it made it really difficult for him, for us. Rafinha, again, he had one good chance. I think there was a ball over the top where he took a shot. That is such a hard shot. That's kind of similar to the goal he scored against PSG in the first leg. I think it was the first leg. I'm pretty sure it was the first leg. It's such a hard shot. It's such a hard chance. I'm not holding it against him, but I think, and then he pressed pretty well, but we couldn't create. We could not create, especially when Lamine Yamal came off, because there was no central creativity. There was no width because Cancelo didn't have it, and then really no one was sticking out wide because Felix was staying central. There was just no creativity, nothing. Ugh. It was kind of a gross performance. A good performance from Girona. I think Eric Garcia played well. I went into this match wanting Eric Garcia to play so poorly. I wanted him to get flamed. So Xavi saw him not being good. The fact that he played okay makes me actually worried that he might stay. And this just showed a lot more people being upset that Roque didn't play today because Ferran Torres came in for Lewandowski. Roque's going off on loan, guys. It's just going to happen. I made this other video on my channel if you want to watch it. After this, reacting to Skills, who reacted to my video on Vitor Roque that I uploaded like a month ago. Yeah, he's just not what Xavi wants in a striker. I get it. I get it. He's not similar to Lewandowski in any way. His link-up play is not good. He is a much different player. And so if it's not what Xavi wants and he's going to be the manager for next year, he's not going to stay. It's tough. It's just a fact of the matter. And this team is going to be in a tough situation for the rest of the season. Now we have to try and win the rest of our games to put pressure on Girona to not drop points. Oh, man, everyone is just in a really bad spot in chat right now, and I get it, guys. It's been a tough season. It's been hard for all of us, and we can't even catch a break in this match. You know what I mean? They scored some really good goals. They did create some XG. It's 1.86, but they didn't create enough to score 4 goals, in my opinion. And, I think they scored some lucky goals. I think we could have defended a lot better, and we could have scored more. I don't know. A lot of people in chat are also really criticizing Xavi. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think it's Xavi's fault we played like this. I think Xavi didn't help. That's for sure. But I'm not going to go out here blaming Xavi for this. I think Michel really just outclassed him today. And the squad has not been good creatively through the middle at all this entire year. And that's not going to change. Xavi's not going to be able to make one thing change today. And you can criticize his tactics a little bit, but I don't know, guys. I don't know the solution. It is what it is. Roque is going to go out on loan. I think it's just a fact from now on. And whatever. If you guys want to watch my video on that, it'll be linked right here. And, I'll see you guys. I'm going to upload on the main channel sometime this week. I don't know when, but at some point. It's going to happen. I promise. I know I've been down a little bit. I've been really burnt out from making videos, and Barca not playing well hasn't helped. But, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Barcelona still. I love Barcelona. I still love you guys for watching. And keep moving forward slowly. Moving backward by moving forward. Whatever. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out the Roque video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.